What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cmoney back with another video, coming to you today with my NXT reactions for the January 13th, 2026 episode of NXT. This was a pretty good episode following NXT New Year's Evil, because NXT New Year's Evil, Obafemi vacated the NXT Championship. So what's next? What is next for the North American Championship? I'll tell you what's next. NXT, it opens up, right? The show opens up with Ava and all the NXT superstars surrounding the ring, and Ava has a big announcement, like, oh, this is, the future of NXT. Who's going to be the next NXT champion? Then Ricky Saints comes out, right? Ricky Saints is like, yeah, he's bragging, and he says, he just deserves to be handed the championship. He's like, Ava, I'm going to let you talk and just give me the NXT Championship. Please and thank you. Ricky Saints is basically just like, yeah, give me my championship. And Ava's like, no. No, you're going to earn it like everybody else. So then Ava makes the big announcement that there will be a 6-man ladder match. February 3rd. There will be a 6-man ladder match for the NXT Championship. And that's going to be good. Anyone who knows NXT and ladder matches knows, yeah, it's freaking insane. Talk about what? The NXT North American Championship. The first NXT North American Championship match was a ladder match. You had Finn Balor, Kevin Owens in a ladder match. LA Knight, Cameron Grimes for the $1 million championship. Remember that whole thing? That was a ladder match. And the NXT Women's Championship was a ladder match one time. The North American Championship ladder match, Women's North American Championship ladder match. The NXT has had a lot of good ladder matches, and I can already tell this is going to be another good one. And then all hell's breaking loose. They're all beating the crap out of each other. All the men, NXT men's roster, are just beating the crap out of each other. And then out of nowhere, this freaking, wait, hold on, I can't picture this. Keanu Carver, I think that's how you say his name. He's from Evolve, and he's just been destroying everyone in Evolve. He comes out and just starts he threw someone into the crowd, which was really funny. He just starts going crazy, taking everybody out. What? Insane. And then, yeah, they're just all going at it, all hell's breaking loose, yada, yada, yada. But that's the big announcement. It will be a 6-man ladder match for the NXT Championship in a few weeks. That's going to be awesome. Then we had Lola Vice go one-on-one with Kalani Jordan. Lola Vice picked up the victory with the spin. Oh, you like that? That spinning back fist. 1, 2, 3. And then she made a little challenge calling out Izzy Dame, the NXT Women's North American Champion, and saying, yeah, she wants that championship. We will get to Izzy Dame in a little bit because then she comes out later. Jasper Troy successfully defended the NXT Speed Championship against Tavion Heights. Good match. Then afterwards, Tavion Heights is attacked by Lexis King, which makes sense because in the finals of the Speed tournament to determine #1 contender, right? Tavion Heights beat Lexis King like that. It was 10-second match. Tavion Heights beat Lexis King. So Lexis obviously a little embarrassed. He gets a little revenge on Tavion Heights. Then they're promoting this French luchador who we've seen in AAA. His name is Elio Lafleur or something like that. French luchador. And he's making his NXT debut next week against Ethan Page for the North American Championship. That's going to be awesome. Because Ethan Page was trying to say, all right, give me my spot. Because, I'm sorry, I forgot. Because I said the 6-man ladder match. There's also going to be qualifying matches starting next week. I forgot to say that. Ethan Page's like, all right, so when's my qualifying match? And Ava's like, no, you don't have one because you're already North American champion. If you want to be in the men's, if you want to compete for the NXT championship, you're going to have to vacate the North American championship. You can't have both, is basically what she's saying. And then she says, well, forget about the NXT championship because you're going to have to defend your title next week against a debuting Elio Lafleur. And Ethan Page was just so happy about that. And then we had a big return of Jada Parker, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. Oh, Jada Parker is so over. I love it. Blake Monroe comes out and talks about how, she should be North American champion. And because remember, she attacked Thea Hale last week before their match. And then she was removed from the building and all that. Right. So she's just, talking the glamour this, the glamour that. Then Jada Parker comes out, interrupts her. And just bam, starts beating the crap out of Blake Monroe. Miss Parker, Jada Parker, is back. Very cool, very cool. I love Jada Parker, bro. Channing Stacks, Lorenzo Stacks, retains his TNA International Championship, I believe. I believe that's what it's called, TNA International Championship, something like that. Defeating Shiloh Hill. Izzy Dame comes out celebrating her NXT Women's North American Championship win last week, and just then Tatum Paxley comes out and is just all fired up. She runs to the ring. She tries to get to Izzy, but Izzy runs off. And then what's really funny, the refs are trying to hold Tatum back. Tatum goes bam, headbutts one of the refs right in the nose. Just takes down the ref. I love Tatum. Just destroys the ref, which is really funny. So I guess the feud with Tatum and Izzy is going to continue, because now we're going to see them probably for the North American Championship. Then we had... Is anyone else annoyed by the Vanity Project, or is it just me? Please tell me it's not just me. The Vanity Project... what's his name, and what's his name? I don't even know their names because I really don't care. I hate them. They're annoying. One of them is the Evolve Champion. They officially signed with NXT, so they're going to be on NXT more. Yay. Two of them are going to have a one-on-one match with Chase, or a tag match with Chase U. Most likely the other one, the Evolve Champion, will be in a qualifying match probably. But they're just, oh god, I'm sorry, I just really, they're so annoying. And then we get to the big main event. Wait, I have to make sure I didn't forget anything. And yes, alright, I didn't forget anything. Big main event. At least I don't think I forgot anything. If I did, I'm sorry. Big main event. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. I said Tony D'Angelo, who does appear in the main event, but I got a little ahead of myself. Joe Hendry versus Dion Lennox from Dark State, one-on-one, no disqualifications match. I forgot to mention this last when I talked about NXT. Was a couple things I forgot to mention during my New Year's Evil reactions in that one video, where I also talked about SmackDown. I forgot to mention some stuff from New Year's Evil. This match was made last week in New Year's Evil, and Joe Hendry last week was trying to find some help because obviously it's no DQ. Dark State's going to get involved. But Joe Hendry was like, no, I'm going to get me some help. So he gets OTM. Because, even though OTM kind of only care about themselves, right? And they even said, why the heck would we help you? We don't care about you. But Joe Hendry goes, but Dark State has the tag titles. You're after the tag titles, right? So then OTM's like, we'll be there. So OTM come out with Joe Hendry, and then... it was great because Joe Hendry and Dion Lennox are fighting. That OTM and Dark State is getting involved. Then they actually both get in the ring, OTM and Dark State, and they just start going at it, bro. You have the two big... Because you have, Dark State is Dark State. They've been, unstoppable. But then you have OTM, who are two big freaking guys who just go, oh, I love OTM. And they're just going after Dark State. They're brawling all the way to the back. Then, Dion Lennox speared Joe Hendry through a table. There were chair shots. Then Tony D'Angelo comes out. He plants Dion Lennox with a spine buster. Then he plants Joe Hendry with a spine buster, but he puts Joe Hendry's arm on top of Dion Lennox. 1, 2, 3. Joe Hendry with the win. And Tony D'Angelo standing tall. I'm so sorry. Another thing I forgot to mention from New Year's Evil, because we've been seeing Tony D'Angelo's in the shadows and stuff for weeks, ever since he returned at Deadline? Ever since he returned at Deadline, we've been seeing him in the shadows and seeing him all that. last week when Obafemi vacated the championship and the picture of the title in the ring, Tony D was in the background looking at the title. I forgot to mention that. But now we finally get some more action from Tony D, where he lays out both guys, still helps Joe Hendry win because he put his arm on top of him, and then Ava tries to bring out security, and Tony D just takes out all of the security. There were like, 4 security guards? Tony D takes out them all because he's Tony D. Lays out all the security and then just walks out like a badass. Tony D, hopefully next week we can finally get a promo or something. We can finally hear something from him. We've been seeing him, and we just saw him take out the security and stuff and all that, but can we finally get a promo from Tony D next week? Hopefully. But that was really cool. Tony D better be in that ladder match, and hopefully he wins, because I want Tony D with that NXT Championship. But overall, yes, a good episode of NXT. I'm looking forward to this ladder match. I think it's going to be great. Ricky Saints is already qualified for the ladder match because he was earned a rematch and never got it. So Ava's like, you know what? I'm not going to give you the championship, but I'll give you just a spot. You don't have to qualify. I'll just give you a spot. So Ricky Saints is already confirmed. We have a couple qualifying matches next week. And another interesting thing is that we have Ren QCC, Kendall Gray, Ren Sinclair, Sol Ruka, Zarya, and Fatal Influence. They will have a triple threat tag match next week to determine the number 1 contenders for the TNA Knockouts tag titles. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be interesting. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my NXT reactions. Stay tuned for SmackDown reactions either Sunday or Monday. We'll see how it happens. Hopefully Saturday, but I never know because it all depends on when I can watch SmackDown, right? So stay tuned. It's going to be good. I love all you guys. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe for more, and Cmoney is out.